Now we'll see what we have to do is next. So basically we have to run su -exhost, okay, exhost plus this is done, su-oracle. Now from the grid user u01 software, okay. Now we have to go to the, basically we have to export the display so that your graphics will be okay. If you're doing remotely using the cookie, then you have to do this. Now we'll go to the software and check grid setup.sh, where it is there. We'll run the grid setup.sh. So this will be my actual grid software installation. So we have two nodes, rack 1, rack 2. We have done the prerequisites. We completed all the prerequisites, OS as well as user creation, and everything has been already done. So now we are running the grid setup.sh file from the unzipped software location that we have downloaded. This is Oracle 19C software, okay. So now we have to do configure Oracle grid infrastructure for new cluster. Just click on this one. We'll follow the instruction, okay. Once it is launched, select the configure new cluster option and then click next button. New cluster option, then next button, okay. For the standalone cluster, configure an Oracle standalone cluster. So there will be multiple options, so you can choose either of them, but as we are doing the general purpose installation, so we'll be choosing the configure an Oracle standalone cluster, okay. Click next. Here you have to provide the scan name and cluster name. So what we have to provide here is cluster name as a rack cluster, which is already there. Then scan name as a rack scan, since it is there in the file, okay. So we are not configuring GNS, so we'll skip that one. Click on next. The very next page, it will ask me so here we have to add the node 2 information as well. So it will be your public host name will be rack 2 dot local domain, and virtual host name will be rack 2 dot vip, sorry, rack 2 hyphen vip dot local domain, okay. Just click on OK, and the very next page you have to run the SSH connectivity. OS user will be Oracle. You have to pass on the password and click on the test. Sorry. Okay. So basically the naming that we have given is wrong, so I need to edit it again. Local domain before.com, okay. Now we have to just click on test. It is just checking the passwordless SSH connectivity between the nodes. It will take us several minutes, and once it is completed, it will go to the next page, okay. So this is successfully completed. Click OK. Click on next option. This is done. Check the public and private network on a specified cluster. So here it is already selected public and private IPs. So we'll just click on the next, and these two will be not in used. Okay. Using the Oracle Flex ASM for the storage. So on the next page, create grid infrastructure management repository. So we'll mostly ignore this one. Click on the default option only. Click next. So next you have to find the disk that is available for OCR and voting disk. Okay, so we'll check the path, but it is choosing the default Oracle path. So we'll modify the path. Click on OK. So our disk 1 is available now, 10 GB. So we'll give the name it as, sorry, we have to give the naming convention to this one. We'll provide the name as OCR voting disk. Use redundancy as external. Then click on just click on OCR disk. Okay, this will be your OCR disk group. It's a external redundancy. So this is our disk 1. We'll click on next. Use the same password. I'm just choosing the simplest one. It will give me the warning, so I will click on yes. Do not use the intelligent platform management interface. This is the default option, so we'll select that one only. We'll don't create the enterprise manager as of now. Next one is just select the default for all these operations. So basically you have to select the group. So I'm just choosing the install as a default group. Okay, just click yes. Next, what will be your Oracle base? So our Oracle base will be this path only. Click next. So it is reading from the environment variable that we have given. Then this will be your Oracle inventory, central inventory that will be used. Okay. So we'll not use the automatically running the configuration script. So at the end, there is two scripts that we need to run on both the nodes. So we'll not run using automatically option. We'll manually run them and see the outcomes. Okay. So we are clicking on just next option. Now it will check all the parameters and it will summarize everything. Then it will start the installation. So this is step number 16. It is doing the checks. Okay, let it finish, then we'll move further. So at this stage, all the pre-checks are done. So most of them we can ignore. So resolve.conf. So basically we are not using the DNS option. If you are in any corporate or so if your organization having a network administrator, they will be configuring these DNS changes. So as of now, I am not using the DNS. So basically we are using the IP based configuration. So I will be ignoring this one, and there is one package, it is also ignorable, just it is giving the status as a warning. Okay, so what I will do, I will just select all, click on ignore. Okay, and click on the next option. Okay, so all this is the summary, and now I will click on the install. So it will start the actual installation process. You can check the detail on this detail box. So there will be multiple stages. So basically it is preparing, copying, and then it will do the same thing on the remote location also. So there are multiple stages are there. So on the first it will create on the local node, then later it will copy files on the remote host, and then the configuring the remote nodes also. So in our case we have only two nodes, so the configuration will be done only two nodes. So let it finish, then we'll discuss further. Okay. Meanwhile, I will be requesting all my friends, whoever is watching this video, if you're liking the video, please click on like button and try to share most of the people, so that they can also take the benefit. If you are having any doubts, you can click. You can ping me on the comment box. So I will definitely try to help you out. I will provide my email also. You can reach me on email also. So if you are new to my channel, just be sure to subscribe my channel so that you can keep on getting all the updates, and hope you are enjoying my videos. I'm trying my best to deliver these sessions so that everyone can take the benefit. I guess this is a 19C version that is most demanded current scenario. So I'm trying to help you out, you guys. So we are basically doing the 19C installation on Oracle Linux 7.8 version. So this is a great software installation that is going on. Once this is over, then we'll do the rdbms installation, and then we'll create the database, and then we'll do the administrator part one. Okay, so basically we have at the beginning of this course, I have just walk you through the basic architecture of Oracle Stack, and then we have gone through uh, Oracle Linux software installation on virtual machine. Then we have created a node cloning, and then later now we have completed the pre-checks for the rack installation. Now at this stage we are actually installing the great software. Once it is done, then we'll go with the rdbms software installation, and then further we'll create the database and those things. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this video. So as you can see, the remote process is also going on. So guys, at this stage, it is asking me to run the two scripts on both the nodes. So basically we'll be running this first script on rack 1, then rack 2, then we'll run this root script on rack 1 and rack 2. So one by one. Okay, so we'll copy this file location and go to the terminal. Using the root user, we have to run this. Just paste it out, click on run, so it will change the permission. Similarly, we have to go to the node 2 also. So from this location only I will run sh/. What is the path? Let me just cross check. App 01 app for inventory 001 slash for inventory, then root.sh. Okay, this is just, let me re-verify the name. Yeah, it is the same name, so we'll run on the node 2 also. Okay, so it is executed and it has changed certain permissions. Now U01 software, this path we have to copy. Node 1 first we have to run. Enter. Now it will do certain changes, relinking of Oracle with rack on option. Okay, once it is completed on node 1, then we'll click on node 2, then click OK and move further. So basically it is creating Aura type entry and using the configuration param file, it is doing certain changes. Okay, let it finish, then we'll discuss further. We can see there are multiple steps are there, so total 19 steps are there. It is going through each of the steps. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, and it will complete after 19 steps. Okay, so once these 19 steps are completed on node 1, then we will run this script on node 2 also. Okay, then installation move further. I think in 19C version this installation is very smooth. You don't have to worry any step. So now we have reached till step number 13. It is doing install ADF. Before that, it has installed entries for the Oracle availability services. Now it is installing ACFS. So there are total 19 steps. Once it is finished, then we'll do same thing on the node track 2, that is our node 2. If there are multiple nodes like the node 3, node 4, you have to run on each of the nodes. Okay, in the description link I will be providing you all the details, like from where you have to download these softwares and what are the other content that you need to refer, what was the previous video that was there. So I will be providing all these details in the description box, so make sure you will go through the description. And also I will be recommending you guys to join my Facebook page if you haven't joined yet. There is similar page on Facebook where most of the people put their like their doubts and their questions. So I will try to help them out over there also. So get connected and keep learning. These are the very simplest thing you can learn. And most importantly, I will be requesting you all that you make sure you try from your own on your laptop or your systems, so that you will be able to understand how actual thing goes. Okay, and by watching my videos, you just keep try, and at the end you will be successful. Okay, so don't skip anything. You can watch it multiple times, and definitely you will be able to do the installation as well, understanding of Oracle 19c software installation by your own. So these are very simplest thing you can do, and make sure you watch entire video so that you will be able to understand it easily, and you don't have to worry. I explained everything bit by bit, and you can very easily understand these things. Okay, it is almost step number 16. Okay, let it finish, then we'll run the same thing on the node 2 also. It will take little bit more time. Let it finish. You can see ASM has been created and started successfully, and test group is also created successfully. Now it is running the further commands. Meanwhile, you can cross check the whether the instance is up or not. Let me check whether this ASM instance is up or not. ps-ef grep pmon. So you can see your ASM instance is up. Okay. Similarly, you can check the grid binaries whether all the CRS processes are started or not. Sorry, grep.d.b. So you can see that this one U01 software bin. So from this location, the binaries are getting started. Okay. Go to the prompt, this location. So guys, this root.sh is completed on node 1. Okay, this succeeded by completing the total 19 steps that we had. Okay, and now we need to run the same thing on the node 2. So I just came to this location on the rack 2, that is node 2 for us, and from the root user we have to run this script. So it will again change the permission for this thing, and it will start a process on the node 2 also. Okay, let it finish, then we'll see how it goes. So most likely after finishing the same thing on the node 2, the installation process will be over, and our grid infrastructure installation will be completed. So after completion of this, we click on OK, and wait a second. Once it is completed on the node 2, this is script execution. Once it is finished, we'll click on OK. So most of these steps will be completed and it will be executed as 100% successful. Then we'll click on close. So this will be your grid installation process. So this is how you can do the grid installation by your own and create 2 node rack grid infrastructure. Okay, so this is our grid software that will be installed. After that we will be doing the rdbms software installation, and then at the end we will be doing the database creation. So one at a time, let the root.sh finished on rack 2. Rack 1 it is already finished. Okay, so these steps are getting executed, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. So most of the steps are very faster except for step 18, 17. Those steps takes little bit time because of asm instance creation and some of the service startup process goes through those steps. Okay, so till now total 12 steps are already completed. Let this process finish, then we'll move further. Okay, so almost 17 steps are already about to finish. Almost 17th step we are going through. So hardly it will take like 5 to 10 minutes. Once it is finished, then we'll look after next step. Okay, the installation process is little lengthier. It takes a bit of time. So this one-time process, you need to be little more patient, and it is actually a good learning scope. I will recommend everyone to do the installation by their own on their laptops. So let entire process finish, then we'll discuss further. So our total 19 steps is also completed on node 2 also. This succeeded. Okay, we can check whether the ASM instance is up and running or not. So it is up and running. Okay, so now we'll go to the installation prompt, and this is our step 2 is complete. This entire step is completed. Just click on OK. Wait for further process to get completed. It is updating the inventory. Now this process should not take much time. It is doing the further configuration steps. You can check the detail inside this detail box over here. So most of these steps are getting succeeded. as I said earlier also, that it is completely depending upon your hardware quality and your laptop or your machine quality. These steps will be little more faster in your laptop. It will completely depend upon your laptop or your machine quality. Okay. So almost 84% is completed. Let the entire process finish, then we'll check the rack configuration detail. So you can check whether there are multiple verification processes are going in the background. Once it is finished, then we can click OK and close this window. So most of these checks are getting passed. Just click on OK. This is ignorable. It is due to the DNS option that we have ignored in the initial phase. Because of that, it is failed, but it doesn't have any impact on our current configuration. So with this, our installation is completed. We just have to click on OK. Just wait. It is a little slower. Now we'll click on next option, and with this, our entire installation process is completed. Just click on close. Okay. Once this is done, you can cross verify entire cluster by logging to the grid user. So basically we are using a common user Oracle, but we will use a grid profile. So basically I need to go to the binary location. So I need to modify the path. Okay, I'm really sorry about this. Here you can run this command crs check crs. By using this command, you will verify your cluster is up and running or not, and then using the tabular format output stat resource -t. This command also you can fire and check all the resources and parameters, resource which are up and running in the tabular format. Okay, node by node, it will list out the details. CRS stat resource -t. This is the command. Okay. So basically my laptop is little slower now, so because of that it is taking time to fetch the output, but in real production scenario this output will be very fast. So here this is the output of the entire cluster where stack. So it will give the resource name, what is its current target, and what is current state, and on which server it is running, and what is the state of this resources. Okay, so basically you can see, sorry, listener is running on both the nodes, rack 1, rack 2, then network related, ONS related, ASM instance related listeners are also up and running on both the nodes. It is stable state. Scan listeners are up and running. Okay, then OCR disk, this group is also online on both the nodes. ASM group is also there. So these are the resources that you need to check whether it is up and running online or offline, and it should be distributed across all the nodes. Okay, so with this we can say that our grid configuration has been successfully done.